Plus, bug bombs blamed for an explosion at a building in Manhattan. How did such a seemingly harmless household item send so many people to the hospital? Good evening at 11 o'clock. I'm Diana Williams in for Sade.
And I'm Bill Ritter. More than a dozen hurt, several of them seriously. This big explosion and fierce fire happened on Pike Street in Chinatown.
Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan at the scene with surprising new information about the cause. Jim?
Diana, they sure do look harmless, right? Look at how small they are, but instructions on them are absolutely clear. You're never supposed to use more than one of them at a time. Tonight, fire marshals found 24 of them in the same place on the same floor. For much of the night, traffic was blocked off on Pike Street in Chinatown after a horrific explosion and fire in the afternoon. Some residents had to be plucked from the upper floors of the building, unconscious and overcome with smoke.
A very loud bang, an explosion, and it kind of shook the building. I know it woke me up on my sleep.
Oh man, there was like, I don't know, 10 fire trucks. I saw a ladder going to the top of the building to pick up an old man, and then they carried him down. There was another person being carried by their arms and by their legs. I don't know if he was conscious. They put him on a stretcher.
At least 8 residents were taken to area hospitals, most injured after breathing the acrid black smoke that filled the stairwells and apartments on the upper floors. So what caused the blast? Fire marshals and police tell Eyewitness News that they found several bug bombs, often called foggers, that exploded. Directions on these are clear. You should never use more than one at a time and never use them near a gas stove or a fireplace.
They can be very dangerous if they're not used properly, and it's not easy to get it right all the time. If those vapors build up in an area where you can have some sort of combustion, whether it's from a pilot on a stove or a hot water heater.
Marshals say it's not yet clear if gas lines were involved here, but the sheer number of cans proved volatile enough to set off an explosion that collapsed one floor and could have been much worse.
A lot of people could have been killed because it got up into the walls. I think if the guys hadn't done such a great job, it could have been much worse.
3 buildings originally evacuated. Folks are back in 2 of them tonight, but at least 40 people, and the fire department isn't sure on an exact number, but at least 40 people still homeless tonight after this massive explosion ripped through the building this afternoon. Reporting live from Chinatown, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jim,